Good afternoon, everybody. I'm here with my brother, Rabbi Scott, once again.
Blessings.
For our weekly conversation. We're getting this done a little bit earlier because there are some things that have to be taken care of later on this evening, and time constraints kind of dictated that we get this done a little bit earlier than we normally do. Quick shout out to those to the wonderful people over at Coffee Cups. If you haven't had a chance, they're over off Donaldson. Fantastic cup of coffee.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. They make a great tea too. Ishka likes their
It was a mint, a mint green tea or something.
Yeah, the peppermint tea.
There you
go. Really good. She went on and on about that. So that's that.
Okay, what is the next holiday or holy day rather that's coming up next?
Okay, for us at Brook Eloheinu, we will be celebrating the first night of Passover, Erev Shabbat. We have been blessed by being able to do it with the first First Church of Christ over there off of Grossenbacher Road.
For those of you that don't know, that's literally right up the street from the Bullet Hole.
Yes.
So the folks at the Bullet Hole.
Yep.
It's been a while, but I'll make my way out there to check you guys out soon.
So we'll be holding that this Friday at 7 p.m. I had to double check the little flyer there. You're all welcome to come out. Mainly Beck members, but if you're a guest, you're welcome to come with us. And then on the 7th, that is when we will be having the big one. Everybody's welcome.
Please RSVP. Let us know if you're going to make either one of them. So this way, for planning purposes, we know how many people to expect.
Yes. For
the one on Friday night, this Friday, the 30th, it's going to be a little bit more, a little bit smaller of a crowd. We're going to do a potluck afterwards. So bring a dish, bring a Passover kosher dish. So this way, everybody can enjoy.
Yeah, the tradition used to be in the old European countries, and some say even in the old Sephardic countries, is that all the families would gather together for Passover, and they would bring out a dish for the meal that they would share with one another. And so that's what the 7th is about. Bring a dish, bring something to share. And
I thought that was the 30th, not the 7th.
Oh, the 30th, yeah.
30th,
you're
Friday,
right.
Friday.
Yes, so on Friday the 30th, that's when we're going to be partaking together. And then for the 7th, I think Rebbitzin Janie's, she's working with a brother who's going to make a wonderful meal. I'm super excited about it. It's one of my favorite meals. So,
is it chicken?
No, it's not chicken. So it should be fun and good, and can't wait to see each and every one of you there. Especially those of you guys who are watching.
Well, see, that guy are out of state, and so is that guy.
That's okay. They can come down when they're here.
Well, if y'all are ever in the neighborhood and y'all are in town, San Antonio, by all means, we've served together. You're more than welcome.
Yeah. With that being said,
what is Pesach or Passover in a nutshell? Also to kind of go along with that, how does that correlate to Easter somewhat? Because I know there's relevance there between the both of them. And we're not talking about bunny rabbits or chocolate bunny rabbits.
Passover is from the beginning in Exodus. We see the children of Israel God's hearing their cries, hearing their pleas, and he sends Moses to go have them released from Pharaoh's power, from Pharaoh's authority. Pharaoh refuses. He's stubborn, stiff-necked, and eventually, as each one of the Egyptian gods' power is brought to nothing by each of the plagues that God brings upon the children of Egypt, he releases them. There's no point denying at that point that he is the God above all gods, and that there is none beside him. And we see that as in the picture of Easter, for the sake of, we see the picture of Yeshua eating the Last Supper with his disciples. We see he rode in during the same time period as the offering lambs were being brought into Israel. And then he's there in the upper room with his disciples, and with his inner circle and his outer circle, and they're there partaking together. And we know that 3 days into it, he is sacrificed for our sin and our iniquity. And then being the God that he is, not having Yeshua, not allowing Pharaoh to keep those he calls his nation in bondage. He also didn't allow death to keep Yeshua, but arose him from the dead and took him up into heaven, or into the next existence. So, there's a whole bunch in there, and I'm not really going to get into it right now, but this Thursday we will get into it.
7 p.m. 201 Heron Place. If you want to learn more about Passover, Pesach, Easter, and how they're relevant to one another. It's not one or the other. They're kind of the relevance is significant.
Yeah. So they're both very, there's a whole bunch within Passover itself, and how that plays out in Yeshua's life is it's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's a blessing for you and I. Passover itself is a blessing for you and I, and we see that fully play out in Yeshua's life and in his sacrifice. So to not get into Thursday's teaching, I
see you keep looking back at your screen, so
I pray that you all have a wonderful evening. I look forward to seeing you all. Those of you who will see here at practice, I look forward to seeing you guys.
So, we've been on about, we got a couple more minutes for
okay.
So if there's any questions, feel free to ask away. When I upload the video for YouTube later, I'll post it here online. So for those of you who have friends who don't have Facebook, you can send them the link for the YouTube page that we have going.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday morning, 10:30 a.m., 201 Herman Place. Come on out and join us. It is a very family-friendly environment. The address again for this Friday, the Erev Shabbat, the Friday night service, is 4035 Grossenbacher Road, literally right up the street from the bullet hole. So, I was thinking about going out earlier and getting in some shooting, but then I'd have to drive back and change. So, and that
close with you.
Yeah, you don't change the gun at the range, but I look forward to seeing everybody there on this Saturday, this Friday, this Thursday. It's going to be a fun-filled weekend.
Yep.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yep, and it is just the beginning of many. If you live in San Antonio or the surrounding area, you are welcome to join us at Baruch Eloheinu. No matter if you're...
Is it okay if there's... Because we got some Catholic friends.
Yeah.
If our Catholic brethren want to come and hang out during...
I'll put it like this. All the while my brother was Catholic, right? And attending with us. We never really pushed him to convert or any of these things.
Well, there's a few people, but I won't mention their names here.
So we're not about that. You have to convert. You have to convert. Just come out. Let the Holy Spirit move you, and go from there. If you or visit a Messianic synagogue near you, right, or church that's full Bible, and get involved there. It'll help better your life, and believe it or not, you being a part of the group, that church, that synagogue, you being showing up helps to edify the faith of the people who are there. Whether you realize it or not, you make a difference at that church, at that synagogue. So get involved, make a difference, okay? And I look forward to seeing you Friday night, Thursday night, and Saturday morning. Or actually, Thursday, Friday night, and Saturday morning there.
So we're going to do Havdalah Saturday night?
Yeah. We're going to be starting to do... We're taking after the Phoenix Project, and we're going to be visiting different parks around San Antonio to do the Havdalah service at. Unless it's like pouring rain, then we're going to do it.
What if it's like really cold outside? Because a few brothers and sisters have done things like really out of character. So
well, I don't know, but we look forward to seeing y'all there, and I think in 2 weeks we'll be doing mikvahs again there at Eloheinu. So again,
we'll put more information. What is a mikvah?
It's an immersion. You're being immersed in water. Technically, the mikvah is the baptismal, and the immersion is the tevilah. So you're immersed in the water.
Real quick before we sign off, why do people get immersed or baptized or mikvah?
Okay, in the Messianic faith, you receive the Holy Spirit once, but then, just like in our parent general Judaism, we get mikvah or immersed before every High Holy Day, because we know that Yeshua, the Messiah, will be returning or will be coming during a one of God's dedicated days, and so we want to make sure that not only internally but externally we're prepared to face the King. Okay, so just as a bride prepares herself, a groom prepares himself before the marriage, before you meet the Messiah, you want to make sure that you're good to go.
With that being said, we'll put out what park or what location we're going to go to for the Havdalah service this Saturday. 201 Herman Place. Write that address down. That is where the Baruch Eloheinu Messianic congregation meets twice a week. Come on out, join us. Look forward to seeing each and every one of you there.
Blessings.